Man say Asean stop on weed, marry sheliah, get green card, fly go over France and my New York. Please we make sessions on the mood. Feast and sang them. The people ma go to say by feast and collection. Man say Asean stop on weed, marry sheliah, get green card so Percy in Brooklyn. Where me say Asean sang them. We feast and sang them. And I go to the street go buy feast and collection. Man say Asean stop on weed, marry sheliah, so Percy in Manhattan. Where you miss Asian sang them, we not sang them, and I got to see by Nas collection. Master Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy at Times Square, where you miss Asian sang them, we not sang them, and I got in the street, go buy Feast and collection. Master Asian stop on weed, married Sheila say Percy at Times Square, where you miss Asian sang them, we Feast and sang them, and I got to see by Feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Flatbush, where him say Asian sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got to say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Connecticut, where him say Asian sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got to say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy at Times Square, where him say Asian sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got to say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Connecticut, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Flatbush, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Bronx, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Washington DC, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Queens, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Cambridge, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Times Square, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Washington, in a New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in 90s, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in a Baltimore, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Broadway, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Livonia, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Vanderbilt, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Nulas, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with say Percy in Maryland, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in Long Island, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection. Man say Asian stop on with Marshall say Percy in New Jersey, where remixation sang them, we feast and sang them, and I got in say by feast and collection.